All right, guys, we got some pretty smart little baby goats now. Well, two little does, and the little girls. They're pretty smart. They've been figuring out to get out of the fence. After all these years, now we're having them get out. So I'll show you. If you're thinking about welded wire, don't bother. It's not really worth it. But the one, she'll push her head on the ground and then slide up under. Or she phases through the fence, because I swear I was looking at her over here. She went between the fence and the gate and just was like straight in. And I have no idea. But now I can notice they're not really coming. You can see the grass growing up, which that was my first attempt, and I don't like how it looks. It's ugly. So now I switched to this. I'm gonna go on the inside, shoot some staples in on the fence up against it, and they can't push it out because I got rebar stakes all the way down. Then I can spray on this side where they're not gonna eat it. So I figured I'd just, oops, sorry. I don't shoot with my phone, so I'm not really set up for that. So I figured that's what I would show you guys. I got some 2x12s because my fence posts are roughly, I just lay two end to end and stand them up, and that's my measurement. They're 6 foot-ish, so 12 foot actually goes between them. So if I really set up, I could put some clamps. But for now, because I'm gonna open up into this bigger pasture, I'm waiting on the fence. Ordered it, and then they said it'd be the next month. I ordered it, and they said it'd be the next month, and this is the next month. So I'm gonna have to run to a different place and grab some fence, which is gonna be sheep and goat fence, 12 gauge. Welded wire, just for like rabbits, garden, maybe some dogs, maybe. It's not worth it. If you don't put barbed wire on the inside, the goats will rub on it and it tears the weld strands apart. It just becomes a waste, because I think 100 foot is like 110 bucks. And then a 330 foot roll of the sheep and goat fence is 300 and some dollars. So it equals out to be the same. Dang it, sorry. It equals out to be the same, but in the long run, it's not, because it's a lot heavier. This stuff, when it's on the ground, it'll start to rust on the ground. It won't last long. That's my mistake. This is my this fence has been barbed wire, which was a horse in here. Then I got goats, so I ran electric in between the barbed wire, and that worked for a bit. But I wanted to keep dogs and stuff out, so then I was running this welded wire because it's light and easy. The sheep and goat fence wire is super freaking heavy. So usually when I run that wire, I have a heavy cattle panel wire on the other side, and I have a hard time pushing it. They can't really push it up or nothing. So right now I'm just fighting this welded wire. It's real flimsy, and my posts are only, 9-10 foot apart. You would have to put one in between each one of that, run a strand on the ground, and wire it to it, which would, you could probably do it. It'd be a lot more work. So it's hot. I'm sure you guys seen this in my videos. We put it together. It's been holding up pretty good. I've knocked it over several times with the mini excavator, loading it. I loaded the crap out of it. I got lumber stacked on it. The only problem I run into is this tailgate gets dirt in the groove, and then, it's kind of But it's catch-all. If you're gonna do a lot of fencing, get yourself a fence staple gun. You can do things one-handed. If you ever nail them things, you'll understand. And make sure you wear these if you nail them, because they go flying. But anyway, figure I'd just update you on the goat fence. If you guys are thinking about running welded wire for goats, don't bother unless you're going to do a lot of extra. You could probably run a high tensile wire about 1 inch off the ground, or on the very bottom of your fence, run a high tensile wire, and then make sure you secure the fence to it really good where they can't push it up. But again, this is just the two little does. They're pretty smart, and it's really only just the one, and they're real tiny because the mom's tiny. So they can, any little crevice in the ground, they can push out. Like I said, I've been going around looking at the grass, seeing where they will push their head under, because the grass is always greener on the other side with these guys. I give them bales of hay. We're about to get them a round bale tomorrow, because there's so much to do on this. So much fencing is super expensive. It's taking me longer than I want. Most of the road is fenced in up there. I'm gonna add a few more wood posts because I'm gonna be putting that heavy wire. And then some of the woods need cleared, which has a bunch of poison ivy, which I've been spraying. Which I picked up another one of these things for 40 bucks, this sprayer, because it had a little hole in the tank. Right now I may just use it for parts, or I have some epoxy, I'm gonna fix it, but for now, you know, that tank's pretty handy. Everybody says they don't want to use poison and stuff, but I mean, if you do this stuff for a living, you're here every single day, you can go around and pull and cut weeds and all. Yeah, I guess you could do it, but when you have a full-time job and things, and you got a lot of running around, a lot of acreage, you gotta spray stuff. It's just not really much way around it. And a lot of this stuff is invasive species. Like, people are like, oh no, let it naturally grow, but it's not naturally growing. Mimosas and Canadian thistle, all that freaking invasive species. So you're technically not letting nature grow. You're letting, you know, shit that hitchhiked over here and is not supposed to be here. So spraying it, you know, your land, you do what you want. But like I said, I started mowing a little bit. I started mowing a bit lower now. I've been here several years, and I've been slowly lowering the mower deck where I'm not going to destroy it, because we've been cleaning up the place and working on it. Slowly getting there. So don't get discouraged if you guys got the same problem of lots of work, just a little bit at a time. Like right now it's 3,000% humidity, so I'm going to do a little bit of this board work. If they get out, then I'm going to walk around, check some more, a little more board work. Because they've been getting out into the garden area and going after the grapevines, which are doing really good this year, which is disappointing because I don't want them eaten. I want to eat them, but not the vines. I want to eat the grapes. Anyway, let me get these boards on here, and I'm going to go inside, shoot staples all down in the boards. You could just do it, like, this is temporary side, so I'm probably just going to fire a few staples because I want to be able to open. I'm going to open up to the, you know, over in here, open up into this side and let them roam several acres. But see, that bothers me because there's a road up there, and I don't want the little buttheads to get out, or someone, you know, run into the fence, because that's what people do. I put up a quarter-mile fence before, and some dude was off his insulin or something and just drove down the whole thing. Like the day after we put it up, it was just... And then the cops showed up, and then they're like, "You're okay," and then they let him go. I'm like, the dude, you destroyed like thousands of dollars worth of fence. But anyway, me ranting again. I was going to do a few minute video, now it's turning into about 10. It's hot. The 2x4s aren't too expensive. I mean, it's cheaper than a couple of goats getting run over or dogs eating them. And I can always reuse them because I got pressure treated if I have to. Like I said, just a few staples to hold it from. It may not even need that. I got these rebar pins. 18 inches, well, 17 3/4. You know, they sell 18, but they're not. So they're pretty cheap-ish, $2, I think. You could probably go the cheaper route, is get a big piece of rebar, but then you got to cut it. So anyway, guys, like and subscribe. Let me know your goat remedy, keeping your goats in. Everybody says they're super hard to keep in, but like I said, it's been almost 4 years, and it's just this last little batch of little girls that, when they get out, they're just small, about the size of a fairly good sized cat. So I feel once they get bigger, they won't be able to get out. So like and subscribe, guys. Almost 2,000.